Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make bagels out of sourdough discard. There is some yeast in this recipe, but the discard adds such a really nice tang flavor to these bagels, and I wanted to share it with you guys. All right, so you're going to need 1 cup of discard. So basically, discard is what's left over after you feed your sourdough starter. You're going to need 4 cups of flour, 1 packet or 1 tablespoon of active or rapid rise yeast. So long as you use your liquids, so long as your liquids are warm enough, it's fine. You can use either one. 2 tablespoons sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, and mix up your dry ingredients first. So you will mix up your 1 packet of yeast, your 4 cups of flour, your 2 tablespoons of sugar, and your 1 teaspoon of salt. Do you guys hear the eagle? I'm outside. Then you're going to add in your 1 cup of sourdough starter in the mixing bowl or whatever bowl it is that you're using, whether you're doing this by hand or with a stand mixer. Then you're going to add in 1 1/4 cup warm water to the sourdough discard, okay? And then you're just going to mix it up before you add your flour in. I add all the flour in. My toddler was in the kitchen. I just did not have the patience to put a little bit of flour at a time. So I just put all the flour in there and put the machine on. You can do a little bit at a time. It doesn't matter so long as everything gets mixed in evenly. That's all that matters. That smoke detector is the one from my garage. It's like follows me everywhere like a plague. Dark joke. But anyway, add your flour to the sourdough discard mixture. Okay, and once you add it in, you're going to put on your machine or use a wooden spoon to combine your flour. With a wooden spoon, you want to combine it to the point where you don't see any water and then, like super wetness in the flour. And then you can go ahead and knead the dough with your hands. Okay. I have another video where I show you guys how I make bread with just a wooden spoon and no machine. You can check that out. I'll put that in the description box. The eagle is very loud today. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I came outside to do a voiceover because it seems like all the smoke detectors in my house, batteries just keep dying, and I'm just kind of over the beeping. I've replaced at least 10 batteries this year, and the smoke detectors are brand new. They're not old or outdated or anything. I don't know. See, there it goes. They hate me or something. But yeah, the eagles are flying above me right now outside, and it seems like they're fighting or chasing something. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Wish you guys could see it. All right, so once you've kneaded your dough, this takes about 5, maybe 6 minutes to combine it like this. It will pull away from the sides cleanly. And once you have it done like this, you can add a bit of oil in the bowl and just turn your dough into a ball and leave it in the bowl for about 45 minutes to an hour. It will double in size like this. Once that happens, you're going to dust flour your working surface. I like to use a wooden board, and then I'm just going to add my dough after it has risen for 45 minutes to an hour onto my wood cutting board, which I like to use to make my breads, okay? Pretty much anything that's bready or doughy, I like to use a wood cutting board. I don't always like to put my dough on the counter directly. It's just a habit of mine. It's this: when you're in a third world country, everything you make goes in a bowl or on a board. Nothing really ever goes directly on the countertop, no matter how clean it is. It's just a habit. All right, so you're going to make a big log like this, and you're going to use a knife or whatever you have available, a pastry cutter, to cut the log into even sections. I do about a 1.5 inch width. You can make your bagels as big or as small as you like, okay? And what I do to make my bagel rounds, nothing complicated. I like to tuck the dough in like this and make like a dough ball and bring it all the way in the bottom. So that will be the bottom of the bagel. And then flour my hands, press in the center, and stretch it out. Okay, and this is the easiest way to make bagels without it being super complicated. The bagels come out super nice, round, and fluffy. So I completely forgot to take my pans out of the oven and preheat my oven. So that's what I just did. And have a cookie sheet down with your parchment paper, because that's where you're going to put your bagels once you form them. Once you're done forming all of your bagels, you're going to let them rise again for another 10 to 15 minutes. You can use this time to wait for your water to boil. The water, you're going to add some salt to it. It's going to be your poaching water. So about a gallon of water and about a tablespoon of salt to the water. Let it boil. Once it starts boiling, your bagels should have risen, okay? And then you're going to poach them for about 10, 15 to 20 seconds on each side, okay? Depending on how well the water is, bubbling, roaring, boil. So they'll puff up like this, okay? And you just turn them over, give them another 10 to 15, maybe 20 seconds. And then when you take them off, put them on the parchment paper. You don't really need to add any egg wash or anything to make your topping stick, because when they come out, the texture on the bagels are kind of sticky. So you can put your topping on there right away and it will stick onto the bagels, unless you want to have like an egg wash. That's completely up to you. But there's no egg wash in this video. All right, so now my bagels are ready. I'm going to take them all out, put them on my tray, one at a time. And you guys, it is super easy, super easy to make your own bagels. They taste amazing fresh. They don't really last long. And I'm not talking about spoilage. I'm talking about once they're done, the kids just eat them up. Okay, out of this whole tray within the hour, I only had 4 bagels left. All right, so for this recipe, I'm using everything bagel seasoning, they call it. It's just a mixture of seeds and dehydrated onion. And you're going to sprinkle this all over the bagels as much as you like, okay? Once I get the everything bagel seasoning on all of the bagels, it sticks on really well once the bagels come out of the water bath or the poaching water, okay? I'm going to add cheese on top of this and pepperoni. So this makes the bagel a everything bagel, a cheesy everything bagel, or a cheesy pepperoni everything bagel. I'm trying to figure out the name. I'll put whatever name I decide, I'll put it in the title. But these are absolutely delicious. They smell amazing and the kids love them. My kids kind of pretty much ate these for lunch and dinner. That's why they finished. And then this morning, today's the next day, they had them for breakfast and I had to make another batch, by the way. I did that one on live. And they took some to school for lunch, okay? So you're going to try your best to get the cheese just on the bagel. And your oven should have been preheated to 425 degrees. And these will bake in the oven for about 22 to 25 minutes, depending on your oven type. I have a convection oven, so it has that fan on the inside, so it cooks a little bit faster. But if you have like a regular oven that does not have a fan, you might want to do it till 25 minutes or until you see that it's starting to become like a little golden brown on the top. You don't want the cheese to burn, and you do not want the pepperonis to like cook to the point where they become like crunchy chips, you know what I mean? So you want the pepperoni to still have somewhat of a soft texture on it, not too soft, but somewhat of a soft texture. So this is how everything looks once you have the everything bagel on there, the everything seasoning bagel, everything bagel seasoning on there, the cheese and the pepperoni. And here they are in the oven. Okay, you can see the fan in the back. So if you have a regular oven, just do 25 minutes and keep an eye on them because, every oven is different. Okay. And this is them after 22 minutes, maybe 23 minutes in the oven. All right, so I'm going to lift one up so you guys could see how they look on the bottom. They look amazing. They have that chewy bite on the outside and they're super soft on the inside. Not dense. I don't like dense bagels. Like they kind of feel stale, you know what I mean? I don't like bagels like that. I like my bagels to have that good chew when you bite into it with some really good cream cheese and just a soft inner texture Not too bready, but not too, too hard to the point where it's like you're eating on like a stale piece of bread, you know what I mean? So this is how they look. I'm gonna add some cream cheese in there just for you guys. My son ended up eating 2 of these right away. Okay, and that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. I will list the whole recipe in the description box for your convenience. Thank you again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Bye guys.